Hello and welcome to my first ever video that I've taken seriously. If you've looked at my channel, you know. But I'm just gonna rank every Ring 1 tower because I've done all of them. And also I have some really bad takes, so don't leave an angry comment in my comment section telling me how my take is awful. I know my takes are not agreeable. Don't worry. Anyways, with that, let's begin. And the worst tower in Ring 1, in my opinion, is the Tower of Anger. I mean, you probably could have seen this coming. There are some, creative gameplay ideas. I think that, that glass cube up there is actually a cool design for Ring 1. But it's just so lazy, and, you could tell that there was, this could have been made in, only a couple days, I think. And, I mean, it's not a bad tower by any means, but it's definitely, in my opinion, the worst one in Ring 1. Tower of Annoying the Simple Trials. I mean, you could have also seen this one coming. I mean, I haven't played the revamp of this tower. I know there's been a few since the new owner has stepped into place. But, there's still, you can, this is not that much better than TOA. This is a new thing, but, the TOA, Toast is never going to be a really good tower in my opinion, because even with these revamps, it's not a very good tutorial for the beginners, because it doesn't really teach them the mechanics that they need to know for the game. I mean, it teaches them the client objects, but it's not a good fit for beginners, because Ring 1, there's not a lot of client objects, you know. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of client objects, but most of the towers are mainly purist gameplay, but it doesn't really teach you purism, but, you know, it's a fine tower. Nothing to go crazy over, though. And next up, we have the Tower of Stress. I mean, it's so lazy. It's definitely better than Anger and Annoying the Simple Trials, but, when you take into perspective how lazy this tower is, I mean, you could tell that there was, not that much time put into this tower, because in the original version, these were SC head hitters. They were so hard to do. And that's the general problem with this tower. I know that they moved it back down to difficult for some reason. I'm not sure why they did that, but you know, they did it, but it's not really the issue with it. The issue is just the ridiculous laziness. There's no love. You can feel, oh, I don't know how to say it, but you get me, hopefully. But yeah, I don't like this one. Next up, we have Tower of True Skill, and if I sound different, it's because it's the next day. I'm sorry, papaingus, but is there any real thing that makes this tower that good? It's short and speed runnable. It has it's all right, but the design is so lazy. There's basically the only design is just whatever. They have well, I guess they got rid of the design, but there used to be inlet on the bottom of every single part, and it was what's the point of that? It looks so bad. I've never really liked this tower, and I don't know what makes this tower better than the rest for papaingus, but I don't like it at all. It's definitely better than the other couple of towers that I've talked about before, but this is definitely really lazy. And next up, we have Not Even a Tower. You know, this might be the first mini tower in the game. I think it was. Don't fact check me on that one, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is the first one, though. It's definitely not a good mini tower. You know, it's really short. One thing that I will give it, though, it does have, good use of the reflective parts. I do like that about it. It's just so short. Look, I'm already about to beat it, and it's only been 30 seconds. I mean, the gradient is not the best thing ever. You know, it is good for wall hops, I guess, but you know, it's not the best. It's not really that good, you know. And yeah, it's just not a good mini tower in my opinion. But yeah, next tower. And we're right back into the beginner tower sections. Tower of Notification. Tower of Noticeable Infuriation. This is the newest tower in Ring 1, obviously. It's also very, very mediocre, in my opinion, of course. There's nothing that really makes this tower stand out. It's extremely forgettable. And, I mean, it's short, but, like, it's not a fun experience. And I mean, it makes sense why they added it to bridge the gap between TOM and TOH, but, like, it's completely unnecessary, in my opinion. I mean, I didn't have that much of a hard time jumping from TOM to TOH, mostly because Forgotten Road exists, but, like, I don't know. But, yeah, you don't really need this in the game, in my opinion. But it is a cool addition, and I like it a little bit. Anyways, next tower. Next up, we have the Tower of Killjoys. You know, it's an alright tower. This is, like, the first tower on the list that I would actually, like, enjoy rebeating. But, like, the second half of this tower is so sleeper. What? They changed that? Anyways, in the original version, that was, like, you had to push the thing, and it would give you a ladder, but I guess they changed it. I haven't seen that before. I didn't know that they did that. I think that this tower does offer a really pretty good experience to beginners. Especially after, like, they complete Tower of Heck. Can you skip this? Okay, whatever. Especially after they complete Tower of Heck. But I think it's a good tower. Oh my gosh, worst voice crack ever. Okay, next tower. And next up, we have Tower of Screen Punching. The second tower in the game. Is there anything that really makes this tower special, though? I mean, it's like three main towers that are one of the three main towers that people actually know are the three first towers in the game. I kind of like the dichromatic thing that it has going on here. Like, this floor is orange and it has blue colors. I like that a little bit. It kind of reminds me of how Bonus Level does it. With its two separate colors in its floor. But, you know, this tower is, it's so forgettable, and I know it's only the second tower in the game, but, like, I mean, it has pretty good gameplay. It's definitely pretty creative for the time, of course. It's definitely a step up from, It's definitely a step up from Killjoys and everything else. It has a lot of creative gameplay. I just think that Heck is more enjoyable, and Impossible Expectation is a little bit more creative than this. But other than that, this is a pretty good tower, actually. And next up, we have the Tower of Madness. You know, this tower got a revamp very recently, and I gotta say, it is so much better than the original. Like, this used to probably be the worst tower in Ring 1, but now it's this high, and that really says something. Like, you know, ADF got revamped recently. Pretty bad take, you know. I don't think that ADF is that bad, even before the revamp. I mean, floor 7 and 8 are garbage, but, you know, it wasn't that bad. And it's also littered with safety nets, so, you know, I don't really get why people hate it so much. But, back on topic. Why did I do that? This tower is really fun classic gameplay, in my opinion. It's such a step up from the original because, like, the indication is so much better. You actually know where you're going. I mean, in the original, you probably knew where you're going, but, like, some of the floors, like, there was one floor with just a million head hitters on it. It was, like, that one, and it looks like it actually has real gameplay right there now, so you can actually do real parkour on those floors. Like, it still captures the charm of original TOM, I think. Anyways, next tower. And next up, we have Citadel of Laptop Splitting. There's gonna be a lot of people angry at me for this opinion, but, like, I don't really know why people like this so much. Like, I am putting it this high, which, like, shows I do like it, but, like, there are some people who genuinely think that this is the best tower in Ito, and I really don't see that line of thinking, because my experience with the Citadel, you know, it was a pretty long experience, but, like, I don't really care if a Citadel is that long. Like, it doesn't affect my, like, ranking of it that much. loot fail does, though. And I was loot failing the Citadel a lot, especially with its frequent difficulty spikes. I mean, I definitely had a good experience. I'm not really, like, shining how good the Citadel is. It's definitely really good, but it's not really that close to the best towers in this ring. I like the button hunt floor. That's a really cool floor in my opinion. And yeah, overall, I think it's a decent Citadel. Definitely not my favorite in this ring, but you know, gotta give it credit where it's due, and I do think that the Citadel is very well done. So good job, Juke. Next tower. I think this tower is a very good classic tower. You know, I don't even like classic towers that much, but I do have to give credit where it's due. This tower's pretty freaking good, and Florate outside, although it is definitely a spike, it's definitely really good gameplay. Like, you know, I never failed it because I did beat this tower after I beat Thanos Tower. Wait, what? No, I didn't. I don't know what I was talking about with Thanos Tower, but point is, I beat this tower a while ago. I had already beaten a couple of Remorselesses. I'd beaten an SC at that point. But, you know, like, it's still a really good tower, even though it's probably not bottom intense. It's probably a little bit higher than that, but, you know, it's definitely a really good tower, and I like it a lot. Tower, TOH, you know, first tower in the game, a really good, it's definitely a good first impression for players, I think. I mean, you know, it's definitely, there's definitely a few unindicated sections that, you know, aren't the best, but for the first ever tower in the entire game, you have to admit this is just really good. And, you know, I know that some people will make the argument that this tower kind of sucks because, you know, unindicated traps, difficulty spikes, but, like, this tower just has some good classic gameplay, just like Impossible Expectations, but I do think this one is a lot better because, you know, enjoyment is definitely a big factor, or, you know, it's more important than just the gameplay, in my opinion. But, yeah, I think that this tower is really good. Like, it's really good, especially for the first tower. Next up, we have Tower of Rage. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this tower, and I really don't understand why. This tower is really good, in my opinion. Like, it's not top 25 in the game, but it's still probably top 50 in my opinion. I mean, this is just amazing gameplay. You know, I mean, not actually, what am I on about? It's not amazing gameplay, but it's really good. I love the use of spinners in this tower, and the only reason that I can think that people don't like this tower is, like, surface level. Oh, floor 10 sucks, but, like, this tower is so short, and it has, like, fun gameplay. Like, that one shadow part on whatever floor it is. Oh, frick. It's such a... I don't know. It's... Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. It's just so cool in my opinion, and, like, the fact that this is only a Ring 1 tower is, like, kind of mind-blowing to me, because it's just such good gameplay. Like, yeah, I know, floor 10 is not a good floor, and... You know, the ice tightrope on floor 3 is also not good, but, like, if you were to disregard that, it's a pretty solid tower, in my opinion. Anyways, on to the top 2. And in second place, we have Tower of Keyboard Eating. I think that, you know, nobody dislikes this tower. Nobody really loves it. I mean, I personally really like this tower. I know it's not, you know, the best thing ever made, but, like, for Ring 1, this is actually really good gameplay. It has good indication. It has interesting client object use. You know, floor 10, obviously a spike with its thin studs and everything. There's, like, the quiz, which kind of sucks at the end, but, like, that's, like, it's really easy. It has really good classic gameplay. It's very interesting, like, especially when you get towards the top. It does have some cool gameplay ideas, in my opinion. This is just a really quality tower, especially for Ring 1 standards, and I really think that they did a good job with this one. This is my favorite tower in Ring 1. And before you give me hate for this, allow me to explain my reasoning, okay? this is easily the most creative tower in Ring 1. Like, it's really not even close. This is probably top 15 towers in the game. It's just the CO use. Like, you can argue that floor 4 sucks, like, whatever. You can argue that the last 4 floors suck, which they don't, in my opinion. They're actually really fun. And this is coming from someone who loop failed floor 10 over 10 times. No, not over 10 times. It was like 5 times, I think, before I beat it. I failed the second to last jump, and look where it is. It's still in the first place in Ring 1, in my opinion, and I still absolutely love this tower. It is so fun to do, especially the first, like, 6 floors of gameplay. Floor 4 kind of sucks. The tower crossings aren't very good, but if you were to, like, disregard those pieces of gameplay, it is an extremely well done tower, and like the amount of client object use and like how good the client objects are used are like incredible to me, and I don't really know how they achieved such a like level of how like this tower is way too good for Ring 1 in my opinion, and it's easily the first